need to understand what this whole thing is about. I'm going to read some more about this pineal gland. Like I said already, it's part of your endocrine system. It sits at the center of your brain. Some call it the third eye, some call it the first eye.
That's right.
All right? The eye, because it relates to light, just like your retina. It contains light-sensitive cells that are similar to your retina. Pineal gland regulates sleep and waking patterns. It regulates your sleep, dreams, and all that. That's what you be looking with when you be dreaming. You like, man, it seems so real. You feel me?
There's also a built-in what you would call alarm clock. Once your pineal gland is intact, you wake up before and you almost find yourself waiting on the alarm to go off. Same time every day. Y'all have to understand also when somebody is sleepwalking, how y'all think they navigate through the furniture?
They ain't hitting nothing.
Go right to the refrigerator, eyes closed, walking that path. Because you can see outside of that, whenever that succubus or incubus is on you, you can feel everybody in the room. You see them walking back and forth, but you can't wake up. Struggling, fighting like the devil. Trying to wake up.
What about like when you woke and came to move? Like,
The same thing we're talking about. You are actually, your eyes are closed, but you are spiritually awake. But that's the way Satan comes, y'all, because if he can get in your mind, then when you wake, you're going to be looking spooked the whole day. Eyes closed. What's wrong, man? Nothing. Scared to go back to sleep. Now, how you going to keep the Sabbath and you can't rest?
Making sense. War for your mind. That's where we at. War for your mind. And the doorway to these spiritual realms is that pineal gland that sits in the center of your brain.
That's right.
That's the doorway right there. You need to go out your doorway. What's coming in and what's coming out. How do you do that? Let's get into it. Let's get into it. He was smiling. How did I know he had an evil eye?
That's right.
Brother? I mean, she smelled good, dog. How did I know? There you go. How did I know?
Right.
It's right in there. It explains how.
Listen forward, y'all.
All right, let's get into it. Galatians chapter 5. Shalom, y'all.
Galatians chapter 5, verse 16.
Yes, sir.
This I say then, walk in the Spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
See that? You gotta walk in the spirit of the Most High so you're gonna fulfill the lust of the flesh. Alright, sounds taboo, cliche, kind of. What does that mean? Let the Bible explain itself. Come on, brother.
For the flesh lusteth against the Spirit, and the Spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would.
So your spiritual self is at war against your carnal self. Right? The spirit wars against the flesh. You're either going to be led by your spiritual mind or your carnal mind. Alright? So what shows which one is which? That's what everybody waiting on. Well, how do you steal? How do you know? You read.
But if you be led of the Spirit, ye are not under the law.
Oh, no. We ain't got to keep the commandments. All the days by the Spirit. What people think that means? The law of sin. Right. The law of sin that's found in Romans chapter 7, and also the sacrificial laws in Leviticus.
Right.
We'll get into that. That don't mean you ain't got to keep the commandments. Come on, brother.
Now the works of the flesh are manifest.
Who knows what manifest means?
revealed.
So the works of the flesh or the works of your carnal mind are revealed. How? Come on, bro.
Which are these?
Which are what?
These.
Come on.
Adultery, fornication, uncleanliness, lasciviousness.
All these are transgressions of God's law.
That's right.
That verse 18 don't mean you ain't got to keep the commandments. If you walk by the Spirit, you're not under the law of sin. Sin is a law to those that keep it.
So this is breaking it down and showing you so that you just can't blanketly say, I'm not under the law no more.
Exactly.
This is where I was.
You got something, Draymond?
I got a question. When we talking spiritual fornication or physical?
All of it.
Right, they said idolatry
All of
next.
it. Idolatry, spiritual fornication, physical fornication, this is Leviticus 18, Leviticus 20.
All of it's wicked.
The unlawful, the sex crimes, in other words.
That's right.
All this, the Bible explains itself, so it's talking about the whole thing. All right, come on, brother.
Idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, sedition, heresies, envyings, murders, drunkenness, revelings, rivalings, I should say, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of God.
So it said the works of the flesh are manifest or revealed, and it names works of the flesh. It names them. So when you see these things being displayed, you know you're dealing with an individual or group of people that have what? An evil eye. That's what they're led by. They're led by their flesh, their carnal mind.
He that has to be rich has an evil mind.
Come on, brother. Exactly.
But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law.
Against such there is no law against you being led by the Spirit. Because those attributes will be displayed. Like, okay, these are people with a single eye or a spiritual mindset right here. Right? So the actions dictate what kind of person or people you're dealing with. And what kind of energy is coming through that pineal gland. Is it witchcraft, hatred, adultery, idolatry, or is it the fruits of the Spirit? See, so that means everybody got to look, discern, and judge themselves. Like, okay, nah, I ain't over there. Them brothers over there popping off on New Year's Eve. I ain't going over there. They emptying clips in the earth. I'm not going to go over there. Right? In other words, like the scriptures say, a wise man perceives the evil and what? He hides himself.
Right.
You look down the line, you see that's what's going on. Why you going to keep going? But the what? Simple pass on and punch. Right. You ain't looking down the line. You judge things every day. Every day you'll judge something. Like, no, I ain't doing that. Oh, okay, I can do that. Or I'm going to wear that. No, I ain't going to wear that. Right? You make decisions every day. Your life is affected by decisions you make every single day.
That's right.
So it's up to you to call it. The Bible giving you a whole roadmap. This is how you know if somebody's operating with an evil eye. I mean, you heard off their lips. GD me, dog. Tell me some GD me, man. You know? I'm going over here and do this and you know what I'm saying? Re up over here and get this done. GD me, man. You know? You already know. Brother eyes evil. Your body's full of darkness. And you ask the Lord to damn you.
That's right.
Right? So listen for the fruit of the lips, what's coming off them lips, and that determines what kind of person or individual you're dealing with. Right? And then right after what come off the lips, look at the actions. Right? Because anybody can talk, but you gotta look at the actions, you feel me, to understand where this person really is at. You know what I'm saying? Somebody tell you I love you all day, really don't mean it. Right? I love you, but then I'm snaking you behind your back. Right? Because you still think love is a word, not action. Right. Come on, brother, finish.
Verse 24.
Yeah.
And they that are Christ have crucified the flesh with the affections and lust. If we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit. Let us not be desirous of vainglory,
right,
provoking one another, envying one another.
All right, let's go to Romans chapter 8. Romans chapter 8. Those that are Christ have crucified the flesh. Put it away. There's going to be a battle. Ain't like you're going to come into this and just start isolating. There's going to be a battle, but know what you're up against. You tempted to go left, what do? You entertain it? I probably could get away with that.
See, Father mine came to me last night. He said, remember you told me about shooting on New Year's Eve and not to do it, and the origins of it and all that? He said, well, I did it anyway, and it came and got me. He said, I was sitting there cuffed up on the curb with all these shells around me, and I was sitting there thinking about what you told me. He said, you told me not to do it, but did it anyway.
Right. And y'all, the main thing is those things, bullets have to come back down. Your bust holes in your roof, leaking, car, that ain't held down. That 38.9 millimeter down. And then if the Klan kicked in on the first, you out of book.
The Klan kicked you. Klan.
Right. Straight up. I just get this. Romans chapter 8.
Romans chapter 8.
He Either your third eye gonna be a doorway for wicked energy or righteous energy.
That's right.
Right? And when you looking at all them things and they show the works of the flesh, that's how you know. If all these things is on your mind and you ain't checking them, you understand that you operate with an evil eye. Understand? Most people got what's called a reprobate mind, it's just defiled. There ain't no conscience. A lot of people got that. A lot of people in the streets got that. Defiled conscience, later for the consequences. I'm going to keep doing it, even though I keep getting smacked in my head for doing it. I'm going to keep going through that same door. Insanity. Yeah. And then when these holograms start getting unleashed, I ain't going to know what to do.
That's right.
They're going to be snapped out. You're looking at zombies around here.
And y'all understand, every time the Most High destroyed anything, that's when the thought was continually evil all the time. Everything you thought, every time you think of something, is evil. So the Most High say a thought process like that, building the Tower of Babel, right before the flood, evil continues. Every thought. Let's rob this, let's steal that, let's crawl through this window. Evil continues.
You see that happening now? To my men riding subways and they draws. Everybody get their draws. What are you getting out of this? Jump on the train and your draws. Everybody just riding.
They did it here last week.
What you plan on accomplishing with this? That's showing you you're not thinking. They got total control of this spiritual eye.
That's right.
Total control. You feel like you can't do nothing unless you don't watch your little reality show. Right. Which ain't even reality. Majority of us don't even live like that. I can't even live unless I don't watch the game, dog. I can't live unless I'm playing the game.
Right.
You see that? You got to go ahead, brother.
I got a precept. The book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 9. The show of their countenance does witness against them, and they that declare their sin as Sodom, they hide it not. Woe unto their soul, but they have rewarded evil to themselves. And clearly we see right there that, the show of their countenance, the way they carry themselves, they bear witness to that. Yeah. For instance, if you walk like a duck,
Quack like a duck. Smell like a duck is a duck. You got to call a spade, man.
That's right.
Remember that. A wise man perceives the evil and he hides himself. Simple pass on and get punished. You wasn't looking. You in la-la land out here. It's all good.
That's right.
Ned Flanders, Disney do neighbors, everybody thinks love. It's all good. Okay. Okay. There's people out here that they ain't got half the conscience you got. The straight murder you over $5, $2.
Well,
Understand what you're dealing with. Let's get this Romans chapter 8.
Romans chapter 8, verse 5. But they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh.
Now we just read what the works of the flesh are. Let me just read that.
That's right.
So just throwing it out for, name some of the works of the flesh. Brother Lex, name some of the works of the flesh.
Adultery, fornicating, what do you say? A lot of
Yes, a lot of them. That's a good job. Let's name a few. Right. So when you seeing these things being displayed, you off the back, either within yourself or you seeing a crowd or a person, you got to call it like.
That's right.
You feel me? Nah, I ain't riding. Let me out the car. What the boy say? Let me out the car, dog. Let me out the car. Because he think like, look, they about to go murder this boy. I'm gonna be in the car with him.
Right.
When it go down, let me have the car. I gotta go. When you look at it, they all you beat, you soft, you tripping. Yeah, alright. You see what happened to Doe and them?
Yeah.
2 weeks later,
He got faded.
what you gonna do? See that? So the works of the flesh are manifest. So now we right here, Romans 8:5. Come on, bro.
But they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh.
So being that it's adultery, idolatry, that's the things you're going to be minding. That's what's going to be on your brain. That's the energy that's going to be coming through that pineal gland.
That's right.
Works of the flesh. And we read where those that commit such things are not getting into the kingdom of God.
Because they satisfy the flesh.
Exactly. Come on, brother.
But they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit.
We read some things as of the spirit. Young Yahweh died. Some of the things of the spirit are what? Right. What are some of the things of the spirit?
Long suffering.
Hold on, I heard a shout like that. What's up, a shout?
A long suffering,
Right.
meekness, kindness,
Right.
kindness, gentleness,
Peace.
peace. Right. Yeah.
Against such there is no law against them.
No law.
Right? So those of the spirit, that's what's on their mind, spiritual things, not carnal things. The Bible will tell you why these things shouldn't be on your mind. Why you shouldn't be letting that type of spirit invade that third eye of yours. Right? Come on, brother.
For to be carnal minded is death.
Is what?
Is death.
Come on.
But to be spiritually minded is life and peace.
So to have these things on your mind carnally is death. Unless you get that straightened out, you're heading to the eternal lake of fire. Brother, that don't sound smooth. I was with you before that. The Bible says, we ain't writing, it's already in there.
That's right.
If you had these things on your mind, if you allow it to invade that spiritual eye, that third eye, that pineal gland, is the thought of your head is always evil. Yeah, you got a spot for it. You got a spot for it. The Lord says death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Come on, brother.
Because the carnal mind is enmity against God.
Right?
For it is not subject to the law of God.
Oh.
Neither indeed can he.
So the carnal mind is what? Enmity. That means hatred with the Most High. You got all that stuff in your mind, that your Gotti and that Bugatti and that whatever is out here now.
That's
Good
right.
boy, and that's all that's on your mind. That's all that's on your mind. You out here trying to act out a movie.
That's right.
Like you king of the street, like you actually king of the streets, but you on the bus going to work. Stop. But in your brain, you try to act it out, like you know, the murder. You got something great. Go ahead, bro.
You guys talked about it before. Where is that line that you cross? Like, for instance, a lot of people, you see $100 million. Oh man, I don't have $100 million. Or you walking down the street and occasionally glance at a young lady, like,
Right.
where do you cross it off and where it's not?
Well, when the sexy one about the lady. You can look, but that line you cross is when you start thinking about what you can do with that. You understand what I'm saying?
Right, and not knowing if she got a man or not.
Exactly.
Like that could be somebody else's.
Exactly.
And in your brain, you like, hey, man, I wouldn't mind.
Right.
Let me go ahead and bust that ugly real quick and go on back. But in order to know she got a man, that's not what you gotta do. Open up your mouth.
That's right. That's right.
And reproach and respect, you know, hey, short, you know.
Right.
Good.
There you go.
Pull the side my best.
And in Matthew 25, where Christ said, you think with your eye, with your mind's eye, to lust after a woman. So if you look at it and already you throwing the rag in the sink. If you got your light bill money and you got the pink slip and you play Powerball with all of it, and you sitting there like this, rolling off the numbers, and you already see they 4 numbers in and you ain't got none of them. Gone too far.
Hey, the teens, I give you an example. I give you a personal example. Making Good was my girl. You're making good, boy. He said, when I found out that she was married, I don't even watch her movies no more. She a married woman.
There's the cut.
I got to cut it off. I had to work over it. You got to work over it 2 hours.
Right, and because she'll come as a succubus or female demon in your sleep, and you have knowledge with her in your sleep. You cannot sin in your sleep either, because you're sinning in your spirit. So you have to be careful of that you know how to control your dreams and your spirit. There's always going to be a cutoff line, because you always find yourself saying, I should have listened to my first mind. The first mind is the mind of the Lord, or his voice always tells you, don't you do it.
Yeah.
Don't go in that door. You know, you have to listen to what somebody tell you. Because a woman tell you, I've been tested every 3 months, and you go at it, and then after you done, you think about, she didn't say if she was negative or positive.
You gotta stop it. Why are you still getting tested?
So y'all gotta be careful out here, y'all. It's always gonna be a line, y'all, being in this kingdom of Babylon.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna be able to get away from wickedness just like Lot and Sodom and Gomorrah, right? He said he was surrounded by it every day. All his neighbors were stressed out, stressing him out. But he kept his righteousness. He kept his mind. And like I say, evil won't come. It'll turn away after a while. They'll just wave their hand at you. Oh, that's what the Bible comes. Let's find somebody else to be evil with.
Yeah. Well, let's finish this up, brother. Because you're not gonna not see wickedness. Especially in this modern day Sodom and Gomorrah. That's impossible. You're gonna see wickedness. It's all about what you do when it invades your mind. You either entertain it, pull up a seat, you feel me? If you want something to eat, drink, be cool, Satan. Boy, you was like, nah, partner, you got to go. I can't even talk to you other than rebuke you and send you on your way.
Right. James chapter 2, when it says, when lust hath conceived. Oh,
yeah, we don't get that. Go ahead, you're right.
I want to read this 7 again, because this is some key understanding here. It says, because the carnal mind is enmity against God, for it is not subject to the law of God, neither indeed can be. So that means that you can't even get that. The two don't dwell together. If you got that on your mind, and that's how your mind is, and that's how it works, it's not ever going to come to you. Right. You will always be on that other side against God.
So it also lets you see right there that the law ain't done away with.
Yeah, right. That's New Testament right there. Carnal mind is not subject to the law of God. We just read carnal minded is death. We can't enter the kingdom of heaven with these vibrations on our mind.
That's right.
And again, they invade your mind through that third eye. All that Pineal Gland. And modern technology, they call it, modern science, they call it your third eye. See, this is the doorway to higher spiritual dimensions. Now, either that what's going to invade that doorway is going to be righteous or wicked. And you, as an image of the Most High, a follower of His Son, got the power to discard and rebuke and cast away the wicked vibrations and let in the righteous. If you're going to walk in the spirit, or you're going to walk in the flesh.
That's right.
Which one? All right, come on, brother.
Verse 8.
Yeah.
So then they that are in the flesh cannot please God.
That don't mean everybody that got skin can't please God. A carnal mind. Fleshly mind cannot please the Lord. Come on, bro.
But ye are not in the flesh, but in the spirit. If so be that the spirit of God dwell in you. Now if any man have not the spirit of Christ, he is none of his.
See, we got the spirit of Christ. You ain't explaining the fruit of the spirit. The Bible say you're none of his.
That's right.
That's too harsh, brother. That's harsh. I don't know. Where's the singing and the flowers and God's love? What is the love of God? There we go. Come on, brother.
But ye are not in the flesh, but in the spirit. If so be that the spirit of God dwell in you. Now if any man have not the spirit of Christ, he is none of his. And if Christ be in you, the body is dead because of sin, but the spirit is life because of righteousness. But if the spirit of him that raised up Jesus from the dead dwell in you, he that raised up Christ from the dead shall also quicken your mortal bodies by his spirit that dwelleth in you.
Come on.
Therefore, brethren, we are debtors, not to the flesh, to live after the flesh.
So you don't owe your previous life, your carnal mind, nothing. Don't get to thinking you didn't abandon the homeboys on the block or nothing. You don't owe nothing.
Right.
Nothing. You don't owe the flesh realm anything.
That's right.
You owe the Lord because He gave His life for it.
Right.
See that? Either we can't play both sides of the fence. Right? You're going to be a rider for the both sides, you're going to be a rider for Satan.
That's right.
Either one. I got a partner that just got out of jail. And years ago when we first came to some understanding, trying to break some things off to him, he said, Jay, I heard you, but I just feel like I'm a soldier for the devil. Told me that. Right? Lord ain't took his life yet. You know what I'm saying? What I'm hearing, he's looking for me, trying to, holler. I'm trying to bump into him and, Lord willing to give him someone, bro, come on in. But back when he was in our early 20s, he like, look, bro, I hear you. It makes sense. I see it, but I don't. I'm cool. I feel like I'm a soldier for the devil. Told me that. Okay? Come on, bro.
Verse 13.
Yeah.
For if ye live after the flesh, ye shall die. But if you through the Spirit do mortify the deeds of the body, ye shall live.
See, you live after the flesh, the lake of fire is coming for you. What it is. But if ye through the Spirit mortify or kill the deeds of the body, ye shall live. So you gotta be as a fight, but you gotta fight to be led by the Spirit of the Most High. Foreign things that invade your mind that have nothing to do with getting to the kingdom of God, you need to be pushing that out. Don't even entertain it. It's just like slamming the door in the face of somebody that come tell you to do something.
That's right.
You're like, I ain't gonna do that. Bye. Slam the door. You do that in the physical all the time. You gotta do that spiritually.
That's right.
Right? Hey, come on. You can go hit that bank. You can go holler at this woman. You can go whatever. Right? You gotta slam the door in the devil's face.
That's right.
Bye. Get up out of here. Right? And he only gone for a season and he's looking for some more weakness.
That's right.
Where you at? This is a battle to the end. Alright, come on, brother.
For as many as are led by the Spirit of God, they are the sons of
They
God.
are what?
Sons of God.
Alright, drop that. Let's go to 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians chapter 10. This is very important, y'all. You need to understand what you're dealing with. Even when they perfect their hologram technology, you swear you hear voices in your head. Come on over to Jesus has returned. Look at him. The whole world is over there. You see the sun in the sky still shining. Moon still bright. Prophecy said the sun gotta lose its light. Moon gotta lose its light, turn to blood. Stars gotta fall before the true Lord show back up.
That's right.
Right? But if you ain't studied up and knowing that, then anybody can pop up. Men doing it today. They popping right up. Afro perfectly trimmed. Great. Yeah, brother Jesus was black. I'm he. Men are getting their kneecaps dusty. Foul. In other words, before you do any action, you're inspired to do it. Those spirits come through that pineal gland, that spiritual eye. Then you either yay or nay. Anything you do.
That's right.
Anything you do, you done thought about it first. You done thought about it first. Okay, I can't do that. You act on it. You act on it. That's what it comes down to. So what's going to be the main spirit that's coming through your third eye?
That's right.
Right? Is you going to let it be a doorway for the righteous spirit of the Lord, or you going to let it be a doorway for the devil? And they already perfected their mind control technology. That's what this MK Ultra is right here. Y'all looked it up. That's Nazi. They were doing this back in Hitler day.
That's right.
MK Ultra. Ultra. U-L, I know my right kind of crazy. U-L-T-R-A. Ultra. That's Nazi mind control right there. And then when they got rid of Hitler, all they did was hire his scientists, brought them over to the United States.
That's right.
And guess what? Formed your CIA.
That's right.
And they continue with a third Reich left off.
That's right.
They ain't stopping this, man. They ain't even stop. You got something on?
Yeah, what about that, I don't know what y'all talking about, that movie,
Manchurian Candidate. That's another one.
Perfect example.
And they were showing you how they were brainwashing them soldiers and that.
Right.
And you got Professor Jose Delgado. He was one of the first leading scientists that came up with the chip that could control your mind back in the 1960s. When you look up the information on that chip that they was calling it, where they ran tests on animals to make you angry and to make you docile, which is to control. The first name that they gave for the chip was called the mark. Called the mark.
Look it up.
Imagine that.
See that? Like the mark of the beast.
That's right.
See that? What's his name?
His name is Professor Jose Delgado. He was under the same project, MK Ultra.
Yeah. They've been doing this stuff. They know they need.
It's a book out called The Men Who Stare at Goats. Man.
Yeah. What?
With George Clooney.
General,
Oh yeah, it's a movie too. Yeah.
he the guy who came up with that nonsense.
Well, they've been doing this thing. All they did was took the scientists that was under the Third Reich, Hitler. That's all they did, and they brought them over under what's called Project Paperclip.
That's right.
They brought them into the United States and hired them and formed what you call your CIA, and continued where Hitler left off at. Right? See, so you neck deep